doing the pulse, and now it's just a matter of time before its culmination. I don't know when that's going to occur, but it's supposed to be real shortly. But we were basically called in to end all the conflict and wars, and we stabilized this universe into its next phase of development, or its next stage of development, and we stabilized it already. And we're stabilizing the planetary systems, or we're almost done with that, where there's a lot of voids, and then there's a lot of planets that are in an unstable stage of evolvement, where the stars are mostly red dwarfs and stuff. We're stabilizing all of that. I think we've done most of it. And now we're here on the Earth. We locked the Earth into the fifth dimension already, stabilized it, locked it in. We opened up the Stargate system around Orion, and we also guard the Stargate, the Alpha Draconis Stargate or portal that was opened up between Draco and Cygnus. And then we're protecting the Stargate here right now, but it isn't just like watching it like a vanguard. No, we're actually fortifying the gates and everything. And now it's a fierce war. It's gonna get hot before it cools down, and I mean surface hot. And I don't mean nuclear either.
So you're creator guardians in a manner of speaking. In other words, you have the ability to create, but you also guard and interact to kind of bring out a sense of balance and justice, I guess, to other races on other planets and other galaxies, universes, etc. That's fantastic. That's just phenomenal. Timelines. I mean, I realize that in other dimensions, time really doesn't exist. That time as a perspective is really circular rather than linear, as it's observed here. So naturally, there are a tremendous amount of light workers here on the Earth that are perceiving that there is a split between the third dimensional timeline and the fifth dimensional timeline. And if you could elaborate on that, that would be most enlightening.
From what I've been shown by the Chobacon, the Urquequians, and now he's been around for a long time. This is another one. He's a tall gray, but he's been with me since my childhood. But he would see me when I'm asleep at night. He would see me between the ages of 8 years old till about like 18, and then he left. And he reappeared about 2 or 3 years ago and let me know that he was interested in me, intimately. Because most beings, when we do alliances, we do it a bonding process, and that's part of the bonding process. And we have to do that because we all have to be in the same wavelength when we're doing missions and stuff, so that there's no dissension or no chance of infiltration or sabotage or anything from within. Okay, so anyway, just today, he finally, I knew he was around here physically for 3 days. I was like really erogenous. I couldn't understand why. And I knew he was in the area and he was interested in me that way. Well, apparently it's all gone now. So he must have, did what we had to do. But he went and showed me, and this is really weird. It was a long drawn out scene. He showed me 3 different possible, what you call timelines. I call them probable futures. That's what the Chobacon call them, probable futures. Imagine a ball with spikes going out of the ball. Well, that ball is you, and those spikes are called probable futures, what you call timelines. Whatever you do within that ball at that moment will determine which spike you're going to follow, what probable future or what you call timeline you're going to follow. But it's not that simple. That's what the Chobacon taught me. Okay. Zebulon, that's the name. That's the name that was given to me, actually through an electronic device. Sometimes they can communicate with you through electronic devices, and they'll actually make a word appear, and then they'll have to memorize it, and I do. Zebulon is one of them. Zendra is another. Icke is another one. Zebulon showed me today my this present timeline, this present realm I'm in right now, this present 3-dimensional reality, right? This present dimension. And I was walking down the hallway, and next thing I know, I'm in another, what they call a nullified, meaning it won't happen, a nullified dimension. Same three-dimensional orientation, but nullified residual energy pattern is what it specifically is. I'm walking through there, and the same bedroom, the same house, the same people, everything, only the furniture was different. The furniture was more of a dark oak, shiny, polished furniture. I looked at myself in the mirror, and I saw that I had no gray in my hair at all, and I did not dye my hair once at that stage. And my hair was still straight and smooth because I got straight hair, but it was shoulder length. And and that nullified timeline, I never went to school. I never took physics. I never took electronics, or never took mechanical maintenance, and I never got certifications in OSHA or HAZWOPER, and I never in that timeline. And when I looked at myself in the mirror, I saw that I was the same person as I am now, but I had no gray in my hair, and my brother had more black in his hair than he does now, and it was short, and my dad had more hair, and everything was smoother and more quieter, but I was not fully in contact with my people or aware of my people like I am in this timeline. But that was a nullified one. And he explained to me, and the nullified timelines that will never occur because they're not activated, or what they call the probable future has not been locked in or activated. They act as mediums, like threshold regions. Mute. They act as threshold regions where you can transmit information, transmit people, transmit energies and stuff, and they use it as mainly a communication medium. And the other parallel timeline, which is where I interact with them all the time, which is actually an overlapping dimension. Timeline is a misnomer; it's misleading. And that other overlapping dimension, or superimposition, supercomposed dimension, and this one, when I'm in that alternate vibrational resonance, and I'm in that dimension walking around, I can see myself, and I'm about the way I am right now, and I can walk in the same area and stuff, but effectively speaking, that's just used as what they call a travel, like gateways, like roadways, like highways or stuff, where I can walk around in that time, and that overlapping dimension, and then wherever I want to materialize to do what I have to do, I can use that to negotiate the roadways or walkways or pathways or rooms or hallways or whatever. And then when I materialize, I can either go from there to either anywhere in the ship or anywhere in the universe or anywhere back here, anywhere in enemy territory, rematerialize and do what I have to do and go back. So you see, it's convoluted, it's very multidimensional and everything, and yet I understand it perfectly.
Susan, you've got a person here from Chicago. Do you want to see if they want to ask a question? Because we've only got 4 minutes till your show goes.
Let them ask you first.
Ask me first. Okay, 708. You're live on the air with TJ, Susan, Richard, and Janet. Did you want to ask Susan a question or the panel? Just listening? I can't hear anything. Okay. Well, do any of y'all hear anything?
Time to wrap it up. No, time to wrap it up. We have like 5 minutes.
Let's all.
So.
Susan, do you want to do this again or no? You don't know yet, or you want us just to leave it hanging, cliffhanger till next week? Or how do you feel about this?
Next week.
Yeah. Would you like to return or do some other shows, or do you have any plans? Just give us an idea.
I think this time next week is good, and we can do this every week.
You'd like to do this every week. Now, even if you don't have, are you going to bring other guests on? That's something you can think about and let us know later. But for right now, it sounds like you've been doing a really good job. You've been giving out a lot of information. We appreciate it, and I'm sure if Janet would like to carry it, that's fine. And we'll have you back next week. And Janet and I will be here, and Richard Knight's going to be coming on tomorrow night, folks. And Suzanne, they can get in touch with you through Aquarian Radio or TJ Morris ET Radio, either one. And we'll get you a page up. And Janet already has a lot of information on Aquarian Radio, folks. She does a good job as a publicist and a radio host in her brand, Aquarian Radio. And we appreciate it, Susan. And if we have anybody want to talk to you, we'll do our best to cover it and make sure they can contact you, okay? Janet, last words.
Oh, I'm really thankful that we got to do this show today. Yesterday, Blog Talk wasn't working, so today we got a show up. Thank you, and we will put it up on our network far and wide. The show main page I'll put this on is aquarianradio.com. I'm not sure which website TJ will put it on. We will upload to our 20, 30, 40 platforms and spread this far and wide. And please do tell your friends. Please like us on our YouTubes and ring the bell so you get notified for future episodes. And I think that's it for me. Richard, what do you want to say to our audience as you part?
Well, we appreciate you all for tuning in or listening in or whatever. And Susan obviously is a most excellent provocateur of live experiences in all kinds of different dimensions. And I personally am very, very grateful that I happen to have the pleasure of coming in and actually speaking with you, Susan. And hopefully that we can contact again in some future point. Anyway, I've seriously enjoyed my interaction with all of you tonight, and many blessings.
Richard, tomorrow night it is made. So same time tomorrow night. It's Ancients, Alien ET Hybrid, Humans, Decrypt Fusion, Merging Metaphysics. So I guess the Ancient Alien ET Hybrid Humans will decrypt.
Susan, you better have an earring on this one by the sounds of it. My goodness.
I must have made it when I was off playing.
You must shorten it, TJ. I think it's too long for people. and Richard Knight.
I'll have to come in as my alien self on that one.
Right.
Yeah.
So
well,
Richard Knight is going to be
on the platform.
I just want to say one thing. We're going to run out of time. Richard Knight is coming on also on the 10th on Sacred Matrix on the Aquarian Radio Network. Go to aquarianradio.com. It's going to be on Zoom this time. And you can click and register. We can fit 100 people in a room, so come on in and watch it live. And so we're going to probably have some visuals now that we're doing the Zoom system. So, okay, and I'm done. I'm going to log off. Thank you very much. And maybe you have some exit music here, TJ, because as soon as you're done, I'm going to download and upload it.
All right, JKLessin from the podium, folks.
Okay, aloha, everybody. I got to run.
All right, love and light.
Blessings.
All right,
bye-bye.
Susan, we look forward to having you come back then if you'd like to, if you like your platform, and we'll keep doing what we're doing. And tomorrow night we're going to begin with whatever we can do with Richard that's just, I guess, decrypting metaphysics, sounds like, so. Enjoy having everybody. And all you people that tuned in, we can't do it without you. Thank you so much for 8 years of people that have been so good at following us and helping us. And also, I'm putting a lot of YouTubes out there, folks, under TJ Morris and Theresa J. Morris and American Communication Online and my UFO.Association. And I've just renewed for Susan and Richard, believe it or not, because they're new with this company on this network, TJ Morris ET Radio, so please write that down. And I'm making this Friday platform for Susan and Saturday platform for Richard. They're both new personalities in radio right here on TJ Morris ET Radio, and we look forward to whatever tomorrow night's going to hold. Thank you, Susan. You did an excellent job. And I hope I didn't interfere with your train of thought too much. Or I think we did pretty good. I tried to keep shut.
Well, there's a lot more where that came from, a lot more.
It sounds like it. I'm looking forward to learning about it. All right, folks. I guess I am trying to find my button here to get us offline here. So thank you, Richard, and thank you.